Football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. Today, a top 25 matchup on hand, two of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. Coming out with it, it's Bell. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Bulldogs offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. And when you take the field with the confidence, the swag that this guy does, David, it just really elevates your confidence in the passing game.
Yeah, receivers don't usually lack confidence, and those are the guys that kind of set the tone. That swagger sets the tone for this offense. And, Jesse, you know he's going to make plays.
And that speed scares defenses, too, because he can take the top off quick. These safeties better get back deep, or else this guy's going to take it to the house.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Scanning the field, it's Beck. Working the middle, it's complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
Pinned just inside their own 20, they need to convert on 3rd and short. Grabbed over the middle, it's Lovett. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Got his man downfield. Can anyone catch him? He's at the 10. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a bang, a 71-yard scoring strike. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense comes out first time they've had the ball today. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive stage, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
The best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium. It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The give on the inside. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a 4th quarter game.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game. There's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna take a shot. He's got it at the 25. Touchdown, Georgia! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. The kickoff unit about to go to work. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Well, good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end, crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be.
It's amazing in college football now how big of a part of each offense the zone read has become.
He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there. They're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch, called for and made. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Well, that's a great job getting the sack on the blitz there. And one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to pride themselves on defensively is hard-nosed, tough football, especially in the front 7. And linebackers that can play downhill and not just make plays in the running game, but get in the backfield and blitz the quarterback. And you saw all of that from him right there.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And he's feeling the heat, and he will go down. Final play of the first quarter, and not the way he wanted to end it. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On third and long, a check down will be the last resort. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And third and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The lead's not insurmountable, just down 14-0. But, David, you don't score here, and it could get a little tricky fast.
If you don't score here, if you don't possess the football and put something together to give your defense a little bit of a blow, it's not the ideal start. But it ain't like this game's late in the football game. Create some momentum here in the second quarter.
Yeah, momentum's a real thing in college football. This team needs the juju to get going. That first quarter is one they'd love to forget. So find your best playmakers now. Get them isolated. Get them the football and let them go to work.
Looking to go up top on first down. Dances away from the heat. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Notre Dame lines up quickly. Give to the back. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
It'll be a run on third and short. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Finds a crease at the 20. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Notre Dame has it now, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Can the D deny them on second and goal? To the air, it's Leonard. Steps away to find some room. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Bell. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Complete to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen, and they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running a screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Looking for a man. It's Beck. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And they already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Getting some heat. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. The holder's going to line it up right at the 30. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Irish back on offense. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fella on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Athens to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Dooley Field inside Sanford Stadium.
And the Dogs will boot it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Wide open downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Nice play there. And I know when you think Notre Dame football, you're thinking about running the football and all those NFL offensive linemen they have, but when you've got playmakers like him on the perimeter, you've got to be able to take advantage of him. This guy has the chance to play on Sundays. He's too good. If you've got a window to throw and that guy's out running a route, give him an opportunity.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Got room at the 35. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Coming after it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Back to pass, it's Leonard. And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too much on it.
It's really tough as a quarterback to throw down here in the red zone because the windows, they constrict so quickly. Quarterback lucky that ball wasn't picked. He tried to force that one into double coverage.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Snags it. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3.
You got to be impressed by what you just saw from this offense. They're already in the red zone, right? The coach is telling the quarterback, be smart, don't do anything crazy with the football. We can't turn it over. We're already in field goal range, and he's like, nah, man, I got my matchup one-on-one. I know where I'm going, and not just that. I'm not just going to get the first. I'm going to set...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Irish! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
PAT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a drive there of 82 yards and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Motion from the offense. Looking for room. It's Etienne. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Beck. He's got his man. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
He's got an open man. Touchdown, Bulldogs! What a catch and run for 6. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap it off with a 32-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. He'll bring it out. It's Ford. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here come the Irish back on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Looking to throw, it's Leonard. Fires the pass, intercepted. And how about that play? Even with the short return, they're in the red zone. They've got it at the 17.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and goal. They'll put the tight end in motion. Off play action on 1st down. Going for 6. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Trying to find his man on 1st down. A strike downfield. Open runway ahead. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They just flipped the entire field, and now they'll try to cash in on 1st and 10 from the 20. Gets open down the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 31-21. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. So they've got the lead down to 10 here. A little more interesting as they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Second down after the offense recovered its own fumble. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Finds a little bit of room, picks up 4 out to the 13.
And with a lead like they have here in the fourth quarter, no question this offense is going to continue trying to pound the rock. They're going to run the football and try to ice this game.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Trying to escape and get it himself. Gets some yardage and gets down.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Couldn't make the connection on 1st down. Now here on 2nd. Back to throw, it's Leonard. Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. He's going to pass. Still looking, on the move. Across the 25, he's got room. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He's got the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Evans. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, and still got him on the turf.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack, once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Looking to pass, it's Leonard. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback brought up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, and especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the defense continuing to pursue even though he got outside the pocket.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Gonna run it. It's Etienne. Makes his man miss. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Defense gets the timeout called. 20 seconds left on the clock.
You see, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. Trying to get to him. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.